Okay, and let's move on to our second photo opportunity where we will have the board of Capital A together with the rest of the management of Capital A Group of Companies.
There's a lot of work to do in Capital A. I believe the 5 companies in Capital A can be bigger than AirAsia, each company, okay? And so Kamarudin and myself and the board, of which there are 2 members of the board here, decided that we needed to strengthen the management. Because effectively it's the same management managing AirAsia and Capital A at the parent co. And so we had a wonderful opportunity to hire someone pretty unique that complements our skills. A very senior banker who, I want to tell the story of how we hired him, because I didn't think this person would even look at our kind of business. Within one of our companies, we have Big Pay and our loyalty, and I said that I wanted to, I asked him, because he had decided to leave his bank, to see whether he could assist me in Big Pay and our loyalty program. I spoke to Kamarudin about it, and he came in and looked at it and said, actually, I think what you built in Capital A is unbelievable. I would like to be the deputy to you and help you really develop Capital A. And that was fantastic for me as someone who's such a senior banker, who has had tremendous experience, who could see our vision, the board and Kamarudin's vision of what we could do with Capital A. And it takes a lot of courage to leave a bank that's one of the biggest in Malaysia and come and join Capital A, which is just starting off in its journey. And we have great management, but like everyone, there's a lot to do and we need a lot of expertise. So, you know, we met 2 or 3 times and he was offered many jobs. And he said, no, I want to do this. This is unbelievable if we can deliver what the potential is. So I said, great. And so that's what I want to announce primarily today, and then talk a little bit about what is Capital A, because everyone really sees Capital A as AirAsia, even the stock market, because as AirAsia stock prices come down, so is Capital A, which confuses me a little bit. And then leave it to questions and let our new Deputy CEO also speak for a little bit. Okay, so I want to invite Effendy, who was one of the heads at CIMB Bank, who's going to join Capital A. This is, oh, we got music. Wow. We have a tradition of giving you a cap, so you can throw away your CIMB card. Welcome to Capital A.
Maybe I can talk to you about Capital A from my point of view. And a lot of my point of view is actually like your point of view, because I'm an outsider as well, right? And sometimes where's Tony gone? Yeah, you know, he has his view of it. You know, when I stepped off my roles at CIMB, I spent the last few months thinking about what I wanted to be involved in going forward. And I kind of narrowed it down into 3 areas, right? I wanted to be involved with a group of people who had a very future and forward-looking mindset. I wanted to be involved with a group who was keen on growth, either with the cycle or against the cycle. And thirdly, I wanted to work and be with a group of people who really saw the importance of technology adding to the bottom line of the company and the creation of value. And I found it all in Capital A. I think Tony mentioned just now there were some decisions that I had to make, but for me this was a no-brainer. It was an opportunity that was too good to pass up. I do think though that, you know, there's so many areas of potential of what you've heard today. I think that there are areas where we have to work on and we have to build more and more. I think my particular and specific jobs are going to be about 2 or 3 areas. One is really orchestration of the ecosystem. I think we heard today a lot about the AirAsia ecosystem, and there's so much potential there. But I think it's also about the expansion of the ecosystem and how this all creates value to capital A, right? I think that's one part of it. And second part of it is, I think you've heard also from Tony and many other people with regards to all the exercises that we're going through. I think there's a lot of thinking to do around that. There's a lot of clinical execution to do around that. And there's a lot of more to come from where that has come from. And thirdly, of course, is it's kind of difficult to find a group like this that have come out of a fairly difficult time during COVID and grow to what it is today.